Hi guys, welcome to the workshop. Today I'm making a new tool and while I do that, also quick review of Pro Detailer issue 8. Issue 8 is a cracker, by the way. I think it's probably the biggest so far, has some great content of course. I'm just hopefully going to pick out a few highlights in this vid, which hopefully will encourage you to go out and get your own copy. I'll put a link in the description. So some interesting products in the news section on page 4. I particularly like the do not wash sign, so I'm looking forward to a Pro Detailer version of that. That should be interesting. I'll give a few of those away to D2 customers. Also good news that wax stock is confirmed for next year, or this year, sorry. A few of us from A8 S8 UK went to that in 2018, so I'm sure we'll be heading along to that again in 2019. Something to look forward to. Obviously the highlight of the magazine is the 2018 A8 S8 UK Owners Meet write-up. I was pretty honoured to win Best Detailed S8 there at that event, judged and presented by our very own Pro Detailer editor Bert, and it's fair to say the reason it was the Best Detailed S8 is down to what I've learnt from reading the magazine and watching Car Care Adventures. Of course, I now carry a detailing kit everywhere in a special detailing bag, which I got from the Special Detailing Show. Not obsessed or anything, you know, just keen. I plan to return the favour by getting Bert's own long-suffering S8 to actually work for an extended period of time this year, so that he can bring it along to the meet himself instead of having to come in some random Subaru and being made to park round the corner. Oh, by the way, that's me being very careful through the Ford on page 8, whereas of course the Subaru hooligan had to make an awful mess. Repeatedly, I believe. There's a great write-up of the Classic Motor Show on page 10. Hadn't occurred to me before that this would be a place for specialist detailing companies like Dodo Juice or Angel Wax, since I always thought of the Classic Motor Show being a place that MG owned us to talk about trunnions. But since my S8 was also there, kind of had to reevaluate my opinion of that and accept that it might be a modern classic. As noted in the article, there's probably quite a lot of room for professional detailers in that marketplace, because obviously cars now with modern this century paint systems are becoming classics and finding themselves settling into a kind of enthusiast following like with the S8s. Skip forward to the product section. There's a bunch of new things which are pretty interesting here, particularly a couple from Sonax and Nanolex. I was quite pleased to find a picture of mine at the top of page 24 as well. That's my Gleam snow foam holder on my detailing shelf. I can highly recommend that snow foam holder. It's really quite useful. And of course everybody has a detailing shelf, don't they? Obviously. Not obsessed or anything. The winter section is pretty interesting as well. especially the flex heated jacket. It's just below 3 degrees centigrade in here at the moment, so I might have to check that out. There's a great piece called Weird Science as well in that section, which is all about making sure your wash solution doesn't freeze. Now, I'm kind of used to the spanners sticking to my fingers, but I draw the line at washing cars in sub-zero temperatures. So I'll tip my bonnet to any of you who are dedicated enough to be doing that. Of course, while I'm trying to keep this concise, I really can't miss out Bert's bucket list on page 34. My washing procedure has gone from downright dangerous, I think you could call it, to 3 buckets, all with grit guards, multiple wash mitts, and special sponges for wheels and things like that. If you're not yet familiar with safe wash routine, then this section has to be essential reading, I think. And it also segues very nicely into the next section on wash media, and that one's quite an unexpected conclusion, I have to say. Now, I do love my G-Technic microfiber, but I may have to switch that up a bit this year. Honestly, I do love the scientific approach and sort of detailed methodology in these mega tests. By the way, they do help a lot with product selection and understanding how the various processes actually work. The same goes for the following article on waxes, actually, which also has lots of new stuff to learn. Yes, I counted the trees. Yes, there are 15 of them. Interesting anecdote sprung to mind actually while I was reading the forensic detail article about washing cars with dish soap on page 74. I had a friend accidentally wash the cups in the workshop with Maguire's wash and wax last year after I forgot to put it away after filling my bucket with it. She commented that the coffee cups looked remarkably shiny, and indeed they did. We realised the mistake after puzzling why the coffee tasted a little odd. So I draw the same conclusion as the article, really. Yes, indeed you can wash dishes with car soap, but you probably shouldn't. Page 88. Yay, science stuff from Dr. Hogg. Engage geek mode. Some good stuff to learn there about snow foam and pre-wash, actually. Oh, by the way, Carla in Nantwich, I hear you. Putting makeup off car trim is not a fun job. Some good advice there, actually, from Alan, which I'll probably give a try myself. I found mild leather cleaner and a soft brush also works quite well, although that stuff with the pearlescent brightness in it, that is a bugger to get off. And finally, the metal polish mega test right at the end. I've been waiting a while for this one actually, since as D2 owners know, the anodised aluminium brightwork is a real challenge to look after, and especially when it's been attacked by cheap car washes with their horrible TFR. Sometimes that actually makes it completely impossible to recover, which is a shame. Again though, good scientific approach on that article, and I didn't really have any prior expectations on that, So quite interesting to see the end results for that one, because I've only ever used Autosol or Autoglim, neither of which work particularly well on the D2's Brightwork. So yeah, definitely some new things to try out from that one. So yeah, like I said at the beginning, best issue yet, I think. Loads of great new content, loads of new information, and a whole bunch of new products to buy. Hurrah! Not obsessed though. Keep up the great work, guys. Oh, and this thing. This thing is a crankshaft bushing removal tool. So you pack this bit full of grease in here. This slides in there, and then if you whack it with a hammer, usually what happens is grease flies everywhere, but what's supposed to happen is the bushing comes out. Let's see what happens. Yep, that's moving. More grease in the hole. Now look, you can see it's beginning to push it out of the hole. One more application, hopefully we should be good there. Can't hold it. And that again. Nearly that. And there we go. Bushing removed. And that's the offending article. So basically hydraulic pressure on the back of it from the grease pushed it out of the crank. Which means now we can put an adapter for a manual crankshaft in there with a sensible 6-speed manual gearbox instead of the ZF Auto Tragic. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you next time.